And So, good day, everyone. So, this would be a recorded lecture of our previous lessons na itong prelim here in our subject na Fundamentals of Aerodynamics or AMT 3103. So, let's start with, actually, let's just skip yung first part ng ating Earth's atmosphere because this is self-explanatory na naman halos. But rather, let's focus on this one, starting from our fundamental physical quantities of flowing gas. So why does this matter? No, as we can recall, when we talk about fundamental physical quantities, and since our subject is aerodynamics, they are directly related. So what do we mean by aerodynamics? So we define aerodynamics as the study on the flow of gases um, between, let's say, yung medium mo is air. So, it's the science that deals with the flow of air or any flow of any gas, basically. But in this case, since we are talking about aeronautics, nasa Earth lang naman tayo. So, let's just stick with air as our medium. So, remember, we have four fundamental physical quantities na dapat lagi nating tatandaan when it comes to aerodynamics. Bakit? Kasi this is the language of aerodynamics, guys. No? So we have here pressure, you have here density, you have here temperature and velocity. So let's define this one by one. And bakit ba sila important? Now, pressure. Remember always that pressure is simply defined as the normal force per unit area exerted on a given surface or rather area. So, force over area siya. Okay? So, as you can remember, paano ba natin dinidefine tong pressure, di ba? I think I gave an example on academic pressure, tire pressure, di ba? Kung bakit yung tires natin or bakit yung bola natin kapag nabutas is sumisingaw. And bakit hindi kaya siya nag inflate lalo, di ba? So, yun, we have to remember always this idea right here na yung pressure natin moves from higher pressure to lower pressure. Kasi gusto niya lagi equal. Gusto niya lagi pantay-pantay. Ayaw niya ng may nalulow, ayaw niya ng may down. Gusto niya lagi lahat pantay-pantay. Ganun siya. Ganun yung trend niya. Okay? Kaya nga 'di ba when it comes dun sa tire pressure, when you have for example, yung gulong ng hangin ng kotse is usually around 30 PSI. Pero bakit 'pag nabutas siya, sumisingaw siya? And we know na yung atmospheric pressure daw or yung normal na amount of pressure na nararanasan natin is 14.7. So, ibig sabihin, 'di ba, as sinasabi nga natin kanina na yung pressure natin always wants yung higher pressure natin always wants to move sa lower pressure. Kaya nga, yung 30 PSI na nasa loob ng gulong mo, kapag nabutas siya, it wants to go out. Sumisingaw siya. Kasi, the idea behind that is what we call equilibrium. Yung law of equilibrium. That's it. Gusto niya equal lahat. Okay? So, as seen in this, as seen in this figure, kapag yung pressure natin is tumataas, yung temperature natin also tumataas din yan. Okay? And then, this is one example, 'di ba? Kapag tayo ay pressurize, for example, imagine natin this is a cylinder head, no? So, kapag nagpo-push tayo, yung piston natin pushes dun sa cylinder, nagkakaroon ka ng higher pressure. Higher temperature, which means mas madali siyang mag-combust. Okay? Yun. So, other than that, yung units natin for measurement dito is always, tandaan ninyo, naka-align lang siya dun sa definition. So, for example, iba, ang definition natin dito is force exerted over a unit area, 'di ba? So, automatic 'to, ang magiging, equation mo is force over area or in this case, eto, 'di ba? Tandaan niyo, Newton is a measure of force, meter squared naman is area. Tapos, kapag itong Newton over meter squared isinimplify pa natin, we can get pascals. So, tandaan ninyo, pascals or PA is equal siya sa Newton over meter squared. Same unit lang po sila. Mas standardized lang na ginagamit natin si pascals. Now, ito po ay for metric. Okay? This is metric. Sir, paano kapag imperial? Tandaan, di ba? Meron tayong dalawang units. We have metric and we have imperial. So, in this case, kapag imperial units yung ginagamit natin, we use pounds per square foot. Or basically, ito, pounds or LB over inches squared. Pounds per inch squared. No? So, ito rin, ibig sabihin, ito, hindi pala sila equal Hindi sila equal. Nandaan yan. Let's just note this. Hindi sila equal, pero they are both imperial units. Etong dalawa. Imperial units kasi yan. Kaya ako siya nilagyan ng equal. Okay? So now, pounds per square foot is also isang kino-consider din natin. So again, it is force over area. But then, guys, remember, we have 2 units of pounds. So we have here, di ba, pounds to. Ito, pounds din to. Meron kasi tayong tinatawag. Ito ay LBF. Tandaan ba yan? I hope natatandaan yan from our lectures. So, meron tayong LBF tinatawag at meron din tayong tinatawag na LBM. Sorry, ang pangit ng sulat. But yan. So, anong pinagkaiba nila? Guys, tandaan, una, they are not equal. Kasi, when we say LBF, that is pounds of force. Kapag mass naman, pound mass, yung LBM, pound mass. So, hindi nyo pwedeng gamitin si LBM sa pressure kasi sabi 'di ba, it is a unit of force. So, therefore, LBF yung gagamitin natin or pound force. So, tandaan nyo na, magkaiba yun. So, that is it for pressure. I think we can move on to our next one, which is density. Okay. So, density is the mass of a substance per unit volume. Ano ibig sabihin nun, sir? So, when we talk about mass per given volume, this is simply, we can simply define this as gaano kasiksik ang isang substance. So, for example, di ba last time, I think I gave an example on coffee, di ba? So, yeah, yung coffee is kapag tinimplahan natin siya, 'di ba, meron tayong tinatawag na, walang lasa or meron namang matapang. Merong ayun, matabang at matapang, 'di ba, sa coffee. Now remember, if you have, let's say for example, isang kutsarang kape, isang kutsarang coffee grains, coffee granules para sa ano, sa isang basong tubig, medyo matabang 'yun, 'di ba? Sabihin natin matabang 'yun, yung 1:1 na timpla. Pero gusto natin na matapang. So naglagay tayo ng 3 kutsarita ng kape dun sa isang basong tubig. So anong tendency ngayon? 'Di ba ang tendency niyan is tatapang ngayon yung lasa. Now, 1:1 at saka 3:1, tama? Alin ang mas dense doon? Ang mas dense doon ay yung 3:1. Bakit? Kasi gano'n siya katapang, eh. Like, mas malaki yung mass ng coffee mas malaki yung mass ng coffee present dun sa baso na yun compared dun sa isa. Now, ano yung volume natin dun? The volume natin dun is yung tubig. Yung amount ng tubig natin is our volume. 'Di ba? Gaano siya kasiksik? Gaano karami yung bigat nung substance ay gaano karami yung tama, gaano kabigat yung substance na yun over a given volume. So, for example, 'di ba meron tayong mga tinatawag na highly dense objects. For example, etong nasa right side natin, this is 'di ba, eto I think ka-high school project 'to lagi, eh. So, I think you have your, alcohol, tapos may honey, tapos may oil. Ngayon makikita natin bakit, hindi na lumulubog yung ball, pero yung bolt nasa baba. That is because nare-resist na siya. Nare-resist na siya dito when it comes sa density. If you can recall that, yung idea na yun. Pero yun. So, another example din, sige para pasimpleng natin. Another example is, alam niyo ba yung unan na alam mo yung unan na parang sobrang nipis, wala siyang ano, parang unan bato, gano'n. That is an example of low density object. Pero, on the other hand, meron din tayong unan naman, 'di ba, na sobrang tigas. Like, akala mo 'pag hinampas mo siya dun sa mukha nung kaklase mo is masisira yung ilong nung kaklase mo or magdudugo, 'di ba? Ang tawag naman natin dun is high density foam. Meron tayong ganun tinatawag, okey? So yun, basically tandaan niyo lang when it comes to density, it's just a measure of gaano kasiksik ang isang bagay or ang isang substance over a defined volume. Now, ano po ang units natin dito? Tandaan ninyo, we have here 2 units. We have here metric and we have here for imperial. Now, density is defined as mass over volume. So, dapat ganun din yung units mo. For example, kita natin dito is that a kilogram over meter cube, 'di ba? Kilogram over meter cube. So, kilogram is your mass and then meter cube is your volume. Kung yung kanina square, tandaan nyo, square is area kapag cube na volume. 2 is area, 3 is volume. 1 is measurement of length lang. Okay? Now, for imperial units, meron naman tayong ito, pound mass. Okay? So, yung LB natin dito, this is pound mass. Pound mass over feet cube or cubic feet. Now, meron din tayong tinatawag dyan, yung slugs, slug over feet cube, which is another unit of mass for imperial units. Mamaya, makikita natin yan. So, yun. Let's move on. Next, let's have temperature. So, temperature is the measure of kinetic energy and heat produced by of the molecules in a given substance. Ano ibig sabihin nun, sir? Akala ko ba ang temperature ay measurement lang ng init tsaka ng lamig? Yes, because in reality, we cannot really measure, like we cannot really quantify on an absolute scale yung temperature or sorry, yung kinetic energy rather ng isang substance. Ngayon, paano natin siya sinusukat? We use yung kinetic energy. So, ito ay parang side effect na lang. So, nagbabase tayo dun sa side effect para masukat natin ang temperature o ma-measure natin yung kinetic energy. Bakit ba, sir? Ano ba yung kinetic energy na yan? Si kinetic energy is, as you can see, dito sa figure na to. Di ba dito, I think yung example ko last time is yung nagkukulit no? Pero ito, as you can see, etong nasa pinaka-left na to is, ano to, more erratic. I think this is the least erratic compared dito sa dalawa. So ito medyo chill. Let's just consider it as chill lang sila. Medyo chill lang, ganun. Hindi masyadong malikot. Now, let's look at the temperature. Kapag ganito lang daw, kapag chill lang sila, yung temperature nila is I think it's almost around 5 degrees. Can we confirm that? Yes, I think it's 5 degrees. Yan. So, 5 degrees lang ang measure ng temperature na ito. Now, let's move on dito sa gitna. Yung gitna is, ano siya, moderate lang. Mid. no? So itong mid na 'to, this is, makita natin mas malikot siya than kanina. So yung temperature niya is matic tumaas din. So if kanina we are here at, I think, 5 degrees, now we are at 20 degrees. Gano'n siya. So now kapag totally excited na or totally sobrang likot na nila, let's proceed dito sa pangatlo, 'di ba? Sobrang erratic na nito, sobrang gulo na nila. Ngayon tendency is uminit. So nagkakaroon din sila like parang idea ng friction 'yan, guys. Puwede niyo i-relate dun if nakakalimutan niyo. Pero 'yan, the more na makulit, the more na mas mainit at the more na chill, the more na mas malamig, 'di ba? It's as simple as that. 'Yun ang temperature natin. So, 'di ba ito, kanina nag-start tayo at 5, now we are at 20, then now we are at 40 degrees. Gano'n siya mag-increase, okey? Sorry, ayan. So, ano bang units nito? The units that we use for temperature is either, we have your metric again and imperial. For metric, we have Kelvin or mas common na ginagamit is Celsius, 'di ba? Mas familiar tayo sa Celsius. But then, the only difference is that merong absolute is the difference in absolute scale. Okay? Same goes with imperial units. We have here, for example, kung kanina meron tayong Kelvin and Celsius, now we have here Rankine and Fahrenheit. Ayan. So, tandaan, Rankine and Fahrenheit. So, that is for temperature. Let's proceed. Next, we have here what we call the velocity. So, when we talk about velocity, sometimes nami-misconsider it nami-misconception siya or nami-mistaken siya as the same with speed. Now, remember, they are somehow relative sa isa't isa, but they are different. How are they different? Velocity is a vector quantity. And what is a vector quantity? When we talk about vector quantity, 'di ba meron tayong scalar and vector. Kapag vector siya, it comes with speed and magnitude. Whereas kapag scalar lang, speed lang, no? So that's it. In simpler terms, ano ibig sabihin nun? So, kapag vector quantity yung ginamit mo, it is a measure of speed at a given magnitude, sorry. It is a measure of speed at a given magnitude. Okay? So, the units we use for velocity is relative sa speed. So, usually, ito yung pinaka-common, which is kilometers per hour or meters per second. That is for metric. No? Then, for imperial units naman, we use feet per second or simply any distance or unit of distance over time. Kasi remember, di ba, that's our, from physics, that is, velocity is equals to distance over time. Then, distance naman is equals to, velocity times time, and so on and so forth. So that is for velocity. Now, why does it matter that we have to look at this one, no? So, for flowing gas kasi, we should recognize that each region of the gas or between 2 points dun sa gas mo does not necessarily have the same velocity. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin nun, sir? Hindi parehas yung velocity mo at point 1 sa gas mo at saka sa point 2. It varies from point to point along the flow. Ano implication nun, sir? Let's have an example, 'di ba? Okay. Supposedly, let's have one example. Okay. So imagine niyo nasa classroom kayo, tapos sabihin natin kakagaling niyo lang ng PE, tapos mag-e-aerodive tayo. Now, ano ngayon ang conditions? Init na init ka, so nilabas mo ngayon yung Gsolite mo. Binuksan mo siya, sagad, pero feeling mo mainit pa din. Okay? So, anong gagawin mo ngayon? Dinikit mo ngayon malapit sa mukha mo. 'Di ba 'pag mas dinikit mo siya sa mukha, ano ba nangyayari? 'Di ba parang feeling natin mas mahangin siya. Mas ramdam natin yung hangin sa mukha natin. Now, ano ang implication nun? It just so means that meron nga talagang variation when it comes sa velocity, 'di ba? Kasi kung mas malayo yung kung wala siyang variation, kung hindi nagbabago yung velocity ng flowing gas, dapat kapag mas malayo siya, same lang siya kapag mas malapit. Kasi hindi yun yung case, 'di ba? Mas malamig, mas feeling natin mas malamig yung mga fan when it comes kapag mas nakadikit siya sa atin or sa mukha natin. So that is yung what we say about this point, okay? So, same goes not only for velocity, but for pressure, density, and temperature is also ganun din. Now, anong tawag natin ngayon doon? Now, we consider this yung relationship nung na apat na parameters, apat na quantities, properties nung diniscuss natin kanina. This is their relationship. And by that, we call them point properties. So, eto, let's have another example. Okay. So, when it comes sa airfoil, so this is an airfoil, di ba? Now, let's just grab our pointer. Okay. So, dito, di ba, meron kang velocity. So, let's say this is your free stream velocity or this is your velocity from outside. Tapos ngayon, kapag bumangga siya or na-interact niya na yung um, leading edge ng ating airfoil or yung pinaka-forward point ng ating airfoil, ngayon, di ba ang tendency niyan, hindi naman tatagos yung hangin dyan. But, mag-ihiwalay. Magsisplit. Okay? So, ganyan siya nangyayari. Now, when it comes in this situation, yung flow natin sa taas is mas bumibili siya compare dito sa baba. Kasi dito sa baba, similarly, wala naman nangyari eh. However, dito sa taas, bumangga kasi siya, tapos sinundan niya yung curve. Now, in this curve, magkakaroon ka ngayon ng boost in velocity. Ngayon, kapag bumilis yung velocity mo, yung pressure mo dito is bababa. Dito naman sa baba, yung pressure mo as is siya, magiging high temperature siya compared dito, 'di ba? So ngayon, anong mangyayari? Now recall, 'di ba? Yung lift natin is generated by the airfoil. And yung pressure natin kanina, 'di ba sabi natin is that yung high pressure, lagi niyang gustong pumunta sa lower pressure. So ngayon, ang mangyayari ngayon dito, so meron kang high pressure dito. Ito ngayon, gusto niya pumunta dito sa low pressure. Ang nangyayari ngayon diyan, itutulak niya ngayon yung sarili niya papunta dun sa low pressure. Itutulak niya yan. Therefore, yung pagtulak na yan, papunta sa taas, that is what we call lift. Kasi 'di ba tinutulak niya yung sarili niya pataas. So ngayon nagkakaroon ka ng upward motion, 'di ba? So meron kang lift ngayon. So ganun po siya na-generate. Kapag tinanong po kayo, paano na-generate ang lift? It's as simple as lift is generated by the difference in pressure. Ganyan po. Difference in pressure ng ano? Yung high pressure mo sa baba at yung low pressure mo sa taas. That is how lift is generated. Okay? So next. So ayun, as discussed, ayan siya. Ganyan yung interactions nila. So for example, dito sa left side, 'di ba? Meron kang ganyan yung parang visual representation. Kasi usually hindi naman natin nakikita 'yan. But if we apply visualization dun sa flow, ganyan yung probably magiging itsura ng flow over the wing, 'di ba? So, another one is dito sa right side, 'di ba? Ayun sinasabi ko, naghihiwalay yung flow, 'di ba? Ayan. So dito sa side na 'to, meron kang cheeseburger rather. Tapos pag bangga sa kanya ng hangin, makikita nyo dito Sinundan niya yung flow nito as well as dito. Tapos pagdating niya dito sa dulo, naging turbulent na siya. Okay? So magulo na siya, pero long story short, sinundan niya pa rin yung shape nung cheeseburger. Okay? So that is for your velocity and their relationship with pressure, temperature, and density. Or what we call yung fundamental quantities of flowing gas. Okay? So now let's proceed naman dito. This is a, ano to, di ba? Pinagsama na natin siya. So this is conversion of units. So this is a good practice for everyone, ano? So we have here 5 questions. So let's answer them one by one. So convert 3 hours and 20 minutes into seconds. So ito medyo basic lang to. So meron ng 3 hours. So basically this is dimensional analysis, no? So 3 hours tapos 1 hour sa baba. Why? Because we want always to cancel out the unit. So ilalagay natin siya sa opposite side niya sa baba. Okay? So 1 hour tapos ang katumbas ng 1 hour is 60 minutes and we want minutes, 'di ba? Ayan. So 3 hours tapos ito minultiply natin siya sa 60 minutes over 1 hour kasi magka-cancel tong dalawa as in dito. And then plus 20 minutes yung natira. So meron kang total of 200 minutes. So now ngayon sa seconds, para maging seconds naman siya, 200 minutes, multiply lang natin dito, 1 minute, tsaka yung 60 seconds. Okay? So 60 seconds over 1 minute para mag-cancel tong dalawang units, then we get seconds. Next, ito, distance naman tayo. You drive a distance of 15 miles, how many kilometers is that? So meron tayong miles, convert lang natin siya to kilometers. Now, supposedly, hindi ko alam yung conversion niya. We can put it this way. Let's say, alam ko yung conversion ng miles to feet. Alam ko yung conversion ng feet to meters. And alam ko din yung conversion ng meters to kilometers. So, I can put it this way. Paano ko siya nilagay? So, miles, yung 15 miles ko, alam ko na 1 mile daw. So, 1 mile is equal sa 5 to 80 feet. Tapos, ang 1 feet, or ang 3.28 feet ay equal sa 1 meter. So, ngayon, magka-cancel na yung feet. Kilometers na ba siya? Hindi pa. So, alam ko din na sa 1 kilometro ay merong 1,000 meters. So, ngayon magka-cancel si meters at si meters dito. Ang matitira sa akin ay kilometers. Therefore, kapag minultiply ko yan, sinalpa ko sa calculator, ito na po ang lalabas. Okay? Next. Number 3. A factory produces 1,500 widgets per day. How many widgets does it produce per minute? So, from day, meron tayong given na unit dito ng naka-day. Gawin daw natin siyang widgets per minute. Okay? So, convert lang natin yung day into hours, then yung hours into minutes. Ganun lang siya. So, magka-cancel yung day. 1 day is equal to 24 hours, and 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. We'll end up with our desired value. Number 4, ito, dalawang units na i-convert natin. A car is traveling at 60 miles per hour. What is its speed in meters per second? So dito, we have here 60 miles per hour. So this is mph, miles per hour. Convert daw natin siya to meters per second. So in this case, ang gagawin lang natin dito is miles per hour. So again, alam ko yung conversion ng miles to feet. Then alam ko yung conversion ng feet to meters. Then I'll stop na dito sa meters na to. Tapos na ako sa distance ko dun sa numerator. Now, for hours naman, 'di ba? Ito hours. Dito siya magka-cancel. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes at ang 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Therefore, ang matitira sa aking units ay meters at seconds. Ang mauwi sa akin ay 26.83 meters per second. Ito, last one. Ito, medyo complicated na siya. No? So, iba't iba units na yung ginagamit natin. Pero let's try din. Okay? So, pressure of 1 atmosphere is equals to 101,325 pascals. Or, again, pascals is also equals to Newton per meter squared. Then, we convert this pressure to pounds per square inch or PSI. Okay, tandaan, when it comes to PSI, pounds per square inch. Okay? Now, sa conversion nito, ang alam ko lang is yung conversion ng 1 pound force to newtons, which is a good thing. Kasi hindi ko na siya kailangan i-break down into newton meters. Okay? Or yung i-break down pala rather yung newtons ko into much smaller values. So, tandaan, 1 pound force is equals to 4.448 newtons. So, convert natin siya. Let's start with dito sa numerator natin. So, newtons to newtons. 1 pound force is equals to 4.448 newtons. Then, okay na ako dito, di ba? Ito na yung kailangan ko sa pounds eh. Pounds per square inch or pound force per square inch. So, ito na yan. Next, meters naman tayo. So, sa meters, alam ko na 1 meter is equals to 100 cm. And then, 2.54 cm is equals to 1 inch. Now, anong iba dito? Sir, bakit may squared? Kasi, the unit is squared dito. Dapat, kapag squared yung units mo, kapag cubic yung units mo, or raised to 3, ilalagay mo din siya dito kapag nag-convert ka ng unit. Okay? So, tandaan yan. So, ending neto, 101,325 newtons magka-cancel. Meters ko magka-cancel din. CM ko magka-cancel and therefore matitira sa akin is si pound force and si inches. Ayun. So, that's it. Basically. Okay? So, yun. I think I'll end the lesson muna dito sa part na to. So basically, we have already covered fundamental quantities of flowing gas and maybe some practice in conversion of units. So on our next video, let's have yung next topic natin, which is I think standard atmosphere. Sorry, equation of state pala muna and SSLC. Okay? So yun. So I'll be ending the video here muna, guys. So thank you very much for listening and please watch the next video. Thank you.